right, what's up, everybody? Cowboy here. It is 8:30 a.m., 8:31 actually, EST, and we're going to jump right into the charts. If you want to know more about Algo Factory, what we do, zap the QR code right-hand side, top right of the screen, or go to algofactory.tech. We help people become traders. We help people learn how to trade. And if you should want to create a trading bot that trades while you're not at the computer, we can help you be on the path to that as well. All right, let's jump right into the charts here. Go ahead and say hello in the comments. By the way, if you have a chart you want to see, just go ahead and ask for it. And we have a move up on Bitcoin from yesterday. I called this during the show, during this live to the public live show, and we talked more about it in the private live lab afterwards with our private members. But this move up I called yesterday. It had grabbed liquidity from below. I thought perhaps it would get some liquidity before it went up, or it would just go up, and certainly up it went. So it's just always good to take a victory lap and remind everybody that I know what I'm talking about. All right, so what are we going to see today? That's the big question, right? So let's go ahead and get rid of our liquidity nodes. Let's take a look at the chart on a higher time frame. Let's go over to the daily. And we're going to see what's going on. I can tell you it's bullish on the daily. And remember, this rectangle here, this in the middle of the screen, that is a months long consolidation post-halving. Of course, we're below that now. Technically, we're in it, but prices continue to kind of sink below that. Grab liquidity from down low. We had the, Japanese yen carry trade panic a couple weeks ago back on at the beginning of August. And so we had price dip down pretty hard into the 48,000 range. So, of course, price could dip down again. That's very possible, as a matter of fact, although it may not, right? So let's talk about what the possibilities are. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so let me just take a look at what the algos are saying. It just became bullish on the daily, right? So that's a pretty high time frame. Look, so if things are becoming bullish on the daily chart, then that's a good sign. On the weekly, things are pretty flat. Things just kind of came down for numerous weeks. We had the halving, and then we had the all-time high before the halving, which is the first time that's ever happened in Bitcoin over the prior halvings, right? And then volatility bottomed out or is bottoming out right now on the higher time frame. So what does that mean, right? What does it mean that volatility is bottoming out? That's a good thing to understand. And before we get there, we got Dan Lupercio or Lupercio in there. Good morning, Dan. We got March. How are you? Dan, let me know if I said your name properly. I'm kind of doing the Italian thing with Lupercio, but I don't know if that's an Italian name. You could be Lupercio for all I know. Either way, welcome, sir. When volatility is low, what that means is that price is going to bounce around a lot, and it's not going to normally make large moves. There is always that chance that we got Golden Khan in the house. Good morning, Golden. Yeah, if there's time, we'll look at gold. One of the things that volatility does is you get a range, and price is ranging. Hey, Justin, what's up? Awesome. We got a few people in. Good to see people in the comments. It helps out. Helps the algos and stuff. So with that range right now, there is a range building, and I think I talked about this possible range yesterday with Bitcoin building, roughly between 57.5 and 62,000, kind of roughly in there. It's not a clean range, just yet, although it's pretty decent. There's enough knocks on that area. So we do have a range building. I'm going to delete these liquidity lines. We're going to take a look at liquidity. And for now, if I were just to guess what's going to happen with Bitcoin, I think it's going to range just like I drew. It's going to range in this area. The longer Bitcoin is able to stay above this 60,500, or I should say, probably just say 60,000. If it stays above 60,000 for a longer period of time, then things might turn around on the higher time frame. Again, they're pretty flat. There is some stuff in the high time frame in the monthly that I don't like. Well, I shouldn't say I don't like it, but let's just say it looks bearish. There are bearish things in the higher time frame, but remember that monthly time frame, that can change pretty quick. And especially in a low volatility environment when market participants can come in and really change things. So I'm concerned about it. But if things go down, things go down. I mean, that's fine. I worry about things level by level. I don't worry about what's going to happen in like 2 months. I worry about what's going to happen in 2 hours or 2 days. So for the moment, I do expect price to kind of range. We might see price come up to about 62,000. It's headed up now. I think it's going to come there now. If it can break 62,000, then you're going to have like a prior range in this area here where price might be attracted to, more or less. And it might come up to this area and bounce around below 65. And if it does that, then that means that we might actually see price recover, no more dips down. But for the moment, it hasn't done that. And I'm not confident enough to say the price is not going to head back down. And if price heads back down, the lower targets I have are 53 and 43, basically. We had this bit of consolidation here in the low 50s. And then, of course, we have a pretty large size consolidation from 46 to from say 40,300 or 46,000. So 53 and 43, those are the areas I'm looking at for a downside move. Right now, I'm not going to worry about that because price is bullish on the daily. So I would need things to flip bearish in order to even talk about that. And liquidity, we'll take a look at over on the Kingfisher to give us some clues. Yeah. So, Justin, I see you in the audience there. How are you liking Algo Factory so far? You're pretty new with us. Although you and I have been talking in the background, over SOU and stuff like that, and 10% SOU for a while. But tell us how you're liking Algo Factory. Liquidity, the nearest liquidity is downside, and that actually most liquidity is downside. And you actually have a pretty strong bit of liquidity down at this 45, 46 area. You got a lot of it down at 41, but that's pretty far away. I'd say the only liquidity I would worry about is going to be right now at 59.9. So basically 60,000, which is the bottom of our range or just below that. And then you have some more all the way down to like 57. So I would just, for the moment, I would be concerned with 59.8 to 15 or 59.8 to 60,000. 59.8 to 60,000. So that's going to be like right below price. I mean, it's in this little area. So the way that I would look at very, very close liquidity would be on a lower time frame chart, like on the 30-minute or the 3-hour. And let's go to the modern times here. 59.8 to 60 is going to look like this. Just like this. Just this little area. And, so if I were to look on the lower time frame and expect price to fall, this would be like not a bad short to take. It's a little late to get into the short. And the only issue that I take with it is you're shorting against this $60,000 mark. And that's an important level. That's a level that I may not want to short against. So I'm kind of in a flat no trade zone in this right now for Bitcoin. So that's just where it is. We got a minute left. Oh yeah, I appreciate it, Justin. Justin saying the content is really good. The way we approach back testing is super useful and very different from what I was doing. Good, Justin. That is, that's the way we do it. We use the scientific method. That's how we roll. So if you're not doing that in trading, if you're not testing, if you're not developing a probabilistic model, then you're just swinging in the dark. You're shooting in the dark. You're just taking a shot, and people who are taking a shot tend not to be successful over time. So gold, gold high time frame, I'm bullish. Yeah, okay, we're at 25.22. I have a local target of 25.50, but as it stands right now, it looks like gold may take a little bit of a break. It's pulling back just a little bit. I mean, short, low time frame break. I don't mean that it's gonna pull back for a long period of time because this gold's just bullish right now. This is what I expect gold to do right now. I'll just lay it out here. You have this consolidation, and price did break out from that. So I'm not expecting it necessarily to come down and grab that, but it could. But I think that gold is pulling back just on the very low time frame, like the day trading time frames, and it may come down to grab liquidity and then head up to 25.50. That's a decent thesis right now. It might not make it all the way down to this 2,500, 25.10 though. It might just kind of pull back a little bit, do like a 382 fib pullback, So it might only go back to where I just drew, which is like 25.17. So it could come back to 25.10, which is a 618, or 25.09, and then it can come back to 25.17 and head back up. But I do expect it to head up here. Now, it could range for a while before it heads up at all. You might see price just kind of range in this area as well until everything evens out. But I mean, gold is just pretty bullish on even the midterm, not just the high time frames, but the midterm. So I would expect gold to be at 25.50 easily before the end of the week. That would be, I mean, the end of the day, it might not be today, but any time between today and Friday, I would expect 25.50. We'll see about it, though. I think that might be an all-time high. I don't think gold's ever been that high. So we might be all-time high right now. Let's see. Let's back up, and then we'll move over to 2600 is one of my high time frame targets. I've been calling out 2600 for quite some time. 2550 obviously is going to happen first. I mean, I know that's like, water is wet. Short time frame though, 2550 is more of a target for me, but you can see up here there's a fib level. Actually, this is not. If I were to take a higher time frame Fibonacci look, then 2600 is another target. So I expect 2550 and then 2600. That's what I expect with gold. So all right, good. Well, hey, thank you all for joining us on this public live lab. Come on over to algofactory.tech. You can see the QR code in the top right-hand side of the screen. All the prognostications, these predictions that I make, you see them coming true quite often. Nobody's right all the time, but we're right damned often. And via the Guerilla, who is probably going to join us shortly in the private live lab, that guy does major deals around the world. Like, I've seen him do 8-figure crypto deals like it's nothing. And so you have to understand that he knows what's happening at a high level. He knows what the smart money is doing because they're buying and selling using him, right? They're selling to him, they're buying from him. So we have some high level data. We have me doing the charts and the technicals, and V does have a handle on the technicals as well at the charts. So we're able to teach people how to read like we do. We teach people how to actually determine where price is going to go. We teach them how to trade. We teach you how to treat your trading like a business. We teach you how to conserve your capital and how to extract money out of these markets on a regular basis. So come on over, algofactory.tech, trade your job, upgrade your life, and we will see you on the next one.
Join us or die.